And welcome back, Rio Grande Guardian viewers. Before I tell you about our very special guest today, I've got to first of all explain that we are at the eBridge Centre in downtown Brownsville. And that being the case, I've got to give a shout out before we start, I believe, to Brownsville Community Improvement Corporation, because next week they've got RGV Startup Week. I want to promote that through the Rio Grande Guardian. And it's been dubbed as the boldest celebration of entrepreneurship in the Rio Grande Valley, and I don't doubt it. And this year it's all over the valley. Different cities are featuring Startup Week. So it runs April the 25th through May the 2nd. You can register at rgvstartup.com. I just want to give a shout out to all the guys at BCIC and this really their big annual event, RGV Startup Week, starting next week. So that's that out of the way, and now we can get to the other economic development group in Brownsville, which is the Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation, otherwise known as GBIC.
Yes.
And I'm so pleased to have the chairman of GBIC, Ankjaer Jensen. Ankjaer, great to see you again.
Nice to meet you.
Great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
So my first question is going to be, for those readers and viewers that are not aware of GBIC, tell us about GBIC and what you do.
In our industry, one of the biggest challenges are that we can often not talk publicly about what we are doing, because different companies we work with has got different ideas of when they want to announce, when we can actually say, well, we took a part in that, we helped them get started. So it's not about secrecy, but it's about respecting the companies that we help getting started and getting in.
And that's understood. I mean,
Yeah,
we know there are some projects that you'll be working on as a group. You'd love to tell the world about them.
Absolutely.
But the companies aren't ready for that announcement. So
not
we
yet.
respect that.
So what I can say is that we have a strong interest from multiple sectors, and the momentum is very, very real. The Greater Brownsville Incentives Corporation, or GBIC, we are focused on driving economic growth, creating quality jobs, and attacking investment to Brownsville. We support a range of industries and work closely with partners, education, government, and private sector to build a stronger, more competitive economy and create more jobs. Our mission is to prepare Brownsville for the future, whether it's advanced manufacturing, logistics, space, or energy, by laying the right foundation for companies and workers alike. That is our mission. That's what we're doing. Basically, at the end of everything is create more jobs, good paying jobs for our citizens.
Thank you for explaining that. So let's go back. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your career in business and industry, and then how long have you been part of GBIC?
Well, I came to the United States about 30-some years ago. I'm a retired captain from the Royal Danish Navy, and I came here to help a friend of mine break ships in the port of Brownsville. And I got married to a wonderful Mexican lady that's still my wife after 30 years, and just stayed. I've always been interested in communities. I joined the chamber. I was on the board for a number of years, and then I was on the now defunct Brownsville Economic Development Council. And it really sparked my interest because we were part of getting SpaceX to come here, trying to get everybody to work together and get them to come here. And we succeeded in that. And they are still here and making a major impact on our economy. And then sort of it evolved, and then I became, after a couple of years after Brownsville Economic Development Council were stopped, Roy de los Santos asked me if I'd like to join the GBIC board. And then, yeah, I'm there now. I have a couple of businesses that take care of my expenses, and it's all good. And now I have time to focus on helping Brownsville develop economically.
Like me, you weren't born in the valley, but you got here as fast as you could.
More or less, yeah. And I'm not leaving. I'm hanging on.
Nor me.
No.
So we should also tell viewers why this podcast has come about. You had mentioned to me that, in your opinion, the great things that happen in Brownsville just aren't getting aired. People don't know about them. The community doesn't know about the great things that are in the pipeline. And I said, well, come on the show and tell us about them. So you're saying today that there are some really special things about to happen in Brownsville. Even though there's some projects that you can't name specifically, you've got sort of code names for them all, but in general, not specific on a particular project, but overall, incredible things happening thanks to the work at GBIC?
Yeah, I think we started with getting SpaceX in here to put Brownsville name on the map, the world map. And lots of companies now coming in is because they're sub-suppliers to SpaceX and they do something SpaceX need. And SpaceX is good enough and care enough about our community to say, well, if you want to be our supplier, you need to move here. So a lot of companies are coming in like that. And that, of course, development, we build it and they will come, and we are going along with that with our new parks and stuff like that. So we have a bunch of stuff coming. We got the LNG plant moving out there. We are deepening the channel to 52 feet, which will generate a lot more business for the port and again, generate more jobs. We've got manufacturing companies coming in head over heels, wanting to talk to us about buying some of the land, setting up warehousing, setting up manufacturing and stuff like that. So we are busy we have a new park. We have two parks. We have North Brownsville Industrial Park, which is basically sold out. We don't have any more there to sell, and companies just come in, they're building out there. We've got 4 major companies have already built or almost finished building out there, including a very large European company that is going to announce when they allow us to announce. And then we have 730 acres of industrial park. We call it the Brownsville Tech Park, Brownsville International Tech Park, I think. And we have a groundbreaking out there here in April with phase 1, which is about 90 acres of it. Basically, almost before we break ground, and we need to put roads in and get it ready. That's quite a lot of work, but we more or less got it booked before we get started. So that's phase 1. Phase 2, I know the city is looking at it out there. I can't talk about that, but the city can talk about that. So we are starting phase 2 in probably 2026. Hopefully by January, we're moving. We're not holding back. We're putting all our horsepower behind it.
That was a great headline you came up with a moment ago when you said companies are basically jumping head over heels to contact you, to contact GBIC, to learn about the area because they are thinking of investing here. What do you put that down to? Why are companies now calling Brownsville, calling GBIC and saying, tell us more?
Yeah, the major reason, of course, we have got major companies come in like SpaceX and whether you like them or not, they generate publicity. They say, well, SpaceX is there, let's go take a look. Secondly, we've got an immense staff in GBIC. We've got a fantastic director. We hired Gilbert Salinas to come in. He's got a staff of very, very competent people, and I can't say enough about the staff. It's them and the fact that we are located in the correct place. We've got the airport, we've got the seaport, we've got land bridges, we got rail, we got everything that no other city in the valley can provide. And we got a good labor force, and we're working on making it better. We want our young people to stay here. We don't want them to go to Austin because they've got to find better jobs. We want them to have the best job here. We're in the valley. People here like their families. They like to stay with their families. And if we can provide the good jobs so they can have families here, grow their children, educate them here, and find a good place to live that we all want.
And you said there that there's no other city in the valley that can boast all of those assets.
No.
It's actually the case that no other part of North America, when you think about Brownsville's position right on the border with
yes, Steve, I want to brag, but I didn't want to brag that much.
Well, you could.
I mean,
You have an opportunity today.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there are unique assets, unique features of
is.
Brownsville that are hard to find anywhere else.
Yeah, I think we're in an immense situation. We've got so much momentum. The thing is, we just have to keep going. We've got a great city commission that is backing us. We've got a fantastic mayor that's all over the place all the time, promoting us, and we've got a great city commission. They come in and they push us, they support us, and say, "Look, go for it, go." And this is unique to I think to our city here, that everybody, one city, let's move forward. Let's not procrastinate. Let's get the show on the road.
Okay. So you said earlier that what brought you to Brownsville initially was to break up ships with help a friend. How much is GBIC involved with the Port of Brownsville today, and how things going over there with the port?
We've got a really good working relationship with the port, but then again, it's a different identity. They do their own thing, but we try to keep each other informed and help out where we can. Like in our park, it's not really good for heavy industrial manufacturing in that area, because Brownsville can only grow one way, and that's north. And before long, our park out there is going to be kind of in the outskirts or the middle of Brownsville. So we're not going to put smokestack manufacturing there. So all of that stuff, we ship out to the port and we say, hey, we have a customer here, please take him. And they've got a good team out there as well, and they take care of it. And they've got a lot of stuff moving out there as well.
That's the case with your North Park, but the new one that's coming in, are you thinking with that new tech park that you could have heavy industry in there, or do you continue to move that to the port?
We continue to put that in the port because we don't want smokestack in there. We want high-tech industry in there. And a lot of people come in because they say, well, a lot of these people are actually in support of space. We've got people who come in, they want to make drones and stuff like that, high-tech stuff. So that would fit better into that part of the city. If we don't want smokestack. They're building a big residential area right next to it. I don't know how many thousand houses. It's called the Madeira development. They're doing a great job. They're moving it as well. And we can't put a heavy industry right in the middle of this. We're not going to. And besides, if you look at heavy industry, they will require two things that we don't have too much of, which is water and electricity. So they were better suited in the industrial areas out in the port.
So we could expect at your new park more, like the name implies, more tech, high tech,
absolutely,
advanced manufacturing type projects.
Yes. And we also feel that this is the way to create more technical jobs, more higher paying jobs, something that our youth will go for. If you go to high school and say, listen, do you want to stay with a machine, move apart from one place to the next, or you're going to be sitting there, develop something? What do the kids want to do? They are not going to go for manufacturing jobs as such. They want to do something where they can use their head and develop. And that's what we're trying to do. Get our young people jobs that they want so we can keep them here.
Yeah. Well, those are all the questions I had, Ankjaer. So is there anything, have I missed anything? Is there anything else you'd like to add? This was going to be just a very quick podcast for you to explain all the good things happening in Brownsville. I think we've achieved that, but anything else you want to say?
I'm going to say the same as I tell my wife when she says, what's wrong with you? I say, how much time have you got? There is so much more. We could spend all afternoon talking about Brownsville. I'm excited about Brownsville and the way we're going. I mean, there's so much to talk about. So I know you need to keep it short and stuff like that, but anytime you want me to come back and elaborate and talk your ears off, I will.
The excitement is clear for all to see. I know the viewers are going to see that passion you have, and I'm going to take you up on that. And let's do this
Absolutely.
regularly.
Yes.
For the updates, because like you say, there's just so much happening. We can't fit it all in today.
No.
But we'll be back. So
It'll take time to fill it all in, Steve. And you and I haven't talked for a long time.
No.
So it's time that I start emptying out on you, because there's so much going on, and it's very exciting. It's a very exciting time to be living in the Valley, and in particular in Brownsville.
that's great.
Love it.
Yep. You've got that. We will definitely take you up on that, and I look forward to the next one.
Me too.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
Steve.
much for today's interview.